It's a podcast, mate. It's started, I think, aye. It has started, aye.
Every week there's another intro.
There is a new intro, mate.
And they keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh. Fresh is something I'm feeling, mate. I'm feeling fresh.
Feeling good, aye?
I'm feeling good. I'll tell you why I'm feeling good, Jack, because Ryan Kent has proved he's a baller again, son.
Nah.
Top baller.
Proved he's a baller.
He has proved he's a top baller, and
What do you reckon? Staying at Ibrox?
I reckon he's staying at Ibrox. Mate. But just want to get a wee laugh or a wee giggle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll get a wee laugh and a giggle after we talk about Rangers, but definitely need to talk about dearie me, Jack, last night
Obviously.
for Celtic Champions League.
You love to see it.
You do love to see it, but Ryan Kent. It looked like I didn't really watch the game. You didn't watch the game, no?
No, I've seen it, aye.
I seen the highlights. I'm a highlights man, me, Jack.
We're too busy now, you know what I mean?
I know. But no, I think it was a game definitely that Ryan Kent proved why teams like Leeds United and other clubs in the Premiership and abroad should be looking at him, because he's a baller, man. I think he's going to be so key if we were to stop 10 in a row.
Nah, he's like the most influential player I think in the team personally at the moment. Like, it comes to the point where I think if teams are coming in with 20, 30, I'd even be rejecting it currently, because
20,
he's that important in the team.
Mm-hmm.
I can't actually think of a replacement that can come in and make such an impact.
I couldn't think of anyone really who could come in and replace Ryan Kent.
Because it's that kind of player. Like, Gerrard's built all this Solar and Kent and the attacking players. Is like, this season seems to be more featured around Kent, Haji when he's playing, Aribo, these players that can play on the wing and in the middle.
Well, I thought Kent. Well, I know we're talking about Ryan Kent, but I definitely thought Ryan Kent made some positive runs. He was having shots. He was taking them on. He was making this good decision making as well, obviously. But also, I just seen the highlights and that. Obviously, you've watched the.
I know. We took a bit to get going again. The first half was a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a recurrent theme that we don't really. I wouldn't say show up, but for the first half, it's a bit sluggish. Sort of trying to find your way in the game, but ended up second half came out. Gerrard's obviously said to the team, look, there's no more Livingstone's happening, so came out, played well. I thought Roof getting the goal.
Getting the goal, great delivery for Barisic again. Top baller is Barisic as well, can't forget about that.
Nah.
I thought Brandon Barker had a good showing as well.
Surprised me a lot. A lot of me and you last week, but like, we need changes in this team. And it was nice to see a fresher option in Roof.
Two up front as well.
Barker. I know we slate Davis week in, week out on here, but done alright, I thought.
I know he did. It seemed like he did alright. It looked like, as I said to you last week, we needed a performance where we were motivated. We come out, we're motivated. We say, no, look, listen, we mean business this season. There's no more fuck ups this season. It's business time. It's business time. The bread's on the line. We're going for it. All right.
Business time, and the wins were restored. So
the wins were indeed restored.
2-0, comfortable in the end. It was a bit shaky first half. Second half came out, and then Ken gets the goal and all. Smiling after that goal.
Exactly, he was smiling, and there's definitely a character that I have to talk about, Jack, that wasn't playing.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't anywhere at sight. Might have been back in his homeland having a couple of margaritas.
Who knows where he is, to be honest.
I don't know if you've seen the whole thing. Apparently he's crashed into Arfield.
I've seen all this, just all the crap.
Really, I don't know if it's bullshit or if it is what it is. But Alfredo Morelos, Gerrard saying that he only wants players that are hungry for the shirt.
So
does it mean that he's not hungry then? Because he looks like he's been having a fucking KFC
he
every
looks
day.
like he's having a fucking feast, if that can. But nah, he's just, since January, I think his mind was made up. He had such a great first half of the season, European domestically. He was just like unplayable, and then you get to January time, it's the whole team didn't turn up, but him in particular, I was really surprised at, because I think he scored one goal in that full period before the shutdown and all that. It's just like,
just seems like the money's turned
happening.
I think it's the money that's turned his head here, and obviously
I think he's got maybe a bit too big for his boots and all, because he's looking at
a bit Stormzy.
No, I think he's got a bit like that, because he's like, teams are coming in for me. I'm going to be offered more money than I'm here, so why would I want to stay here?
Mm-hmm. And also, he was like, we're going to France as well.
Well, I think he's still trying to push.
I know they signed, Jonathan Davis? Yeah, it could. I don't know. It looks like he's a goner, man. Which is a shame because I
would like to see him.
I would like to see him
play his
staying.
career out at Rangers on a good note rather than just.
I thought you were going to say play his career like through entire career. I'm like, you fucking nuts.
No, I'd like to see him play it on a good note. Like, I want to see him.
You want to see him go
play that last game but I don't want to end on a bad terms.
I think we have to talk about it, mate. No, I know we've loved him and we've enjoyed moments with him and that, but there's always controversy where he goes, and I think we have to talk about the fact that he's delivered in Europe. He has scored for us in Europe. He's proven he can do it on the big stage.
A great striker for Rangers in Europe.
But there's one stage where he hasn't done it, Jack, and that is the Old Firm.
I know.
I lost my cool with him in that cup game, in that final. I lost my fucking cool with him.
Do you know, I recently watched back the highlights of that game. Just came up on YouTube, so I'm like, why not? Let's watch this fucking garbage again. We absolutely pumped them that game, and how we didn't get won by was probably down to Fraser Foster and down to Morelos. I don't think he could have done anything else, personally.
I just couldn't believe he missed that bit. I thought, get a penalty kick here, you wee dick, you come on.
Yeah, that was his literal moment. He's missed shots in the line the season previous as well against Celtic.
But that's for me the only argument, and it's a shame that he can't seem to deliver in the games. I don't know what it is. I think he just lets the fans Scott Brown getting his head too much, man.
I think he's looking at the headlines more than he's actually looking at
the
impact in the game. He's like, oh, Morelos has finally scored, but then that will carry on every game. He's like, oh, Morelos, another game without a goal in an Old Firm. It's kept on going. I think that's sort of damaged him a bit. That's what I'm on about.
It's that game. I feel like the Old Firm, and I really would like to see him stay and lift the league title and lift a Scottish Cup or something, and go out as you say, Jack. He's
a player at Rangers that deserves trophies. He's done a lot for us. He's done a lot of bad things.
He has done a lot of bad things.
At the end of the day, you forgive him for his goals and his contribution, but this seems a bit of a step too far, and Gerrard noticing it now because he's backed him.
He's backed him time and time
again. Every red card, whatever has happened, he's there in his corner. It now seems like Gerrard's letting that.
I've had enough that you've pushed my patience. That's what I'm on about. That's why I feel like those two were signed. Like, it was weird. Like, obviously when Roof was coming to the club and that, and then that other boy just came out of nowhere.
That was it was two signings in the one day.
That's when I
Morelos, surely
it's done. It's done. The only thing you're saying to yourself is, okay, what are we getting for him? 20 million plus, is it? Or is it 15 million?
I think if he's in the team on Saturday, and if he's in around the squad, you might see him in the park. But if he's no included again, he's just phased out the team, I think you're looking at about 15-20, and that's down to his own doing. Because if he was still playing, scoring, and then a club come in and Rangers accept the offer, they would get more money, I think, that way, because he's sitting on the bench. Teams are going to notice that. They'll be like, well, he's not playing. So
but he just looks unmotivated, and he's obviously, we're talking about his weight. He definitely looks like he's carrying a bit more timber.
I know. If you look at goals
to what he is
last season, I mean, he's put on a lot of weight. I don't know what the fuck he's eating, but
no, I don't know what he's eating. He must be eating crocodiles or something. They eat crocodile feet over there in Colombia.
And that's probably part of the problem. And I think Gerrard's maybe noticed he's unfit. He's been like, get yourself fucking.
But anyway, let's move on to a positive. Well, not positive, but let's move on to the game that's coming up. Obviously, Hamilton. Saturday 5:30 kick-off. That's a weird kick-off.
At Hamilton as well. I don't know what their stadium's called. They've changed it that many times, so...
Yeah, mate, that is depression. 5:30 at Hamilton. No cunt wants to do that. 5:30 kick-off is a weird one for me. I don't know why we're having a game of football kick-off. Is it on TV?
It's just for TV, probably. But then there's no games prior to that, so I don't know. But it's just the schedule that happens. We're going to go over there. We need to take 3 points. So.
They've got one of the Astro tough parks, isn't it?
It is, but we seem to do alright at Hamilton.
No, I know, we seem to pump them.
I think this could be the game we can get our goal difference up. I think maybe 5.
I'm expecting 5. See if there's no 5 or 4 now. What is?
I'm expecting goals, a lot of goals. I'm expecting us as well to keep it clean at the back, as we have been doing.
Again, solid at the back yet again. You think the team's the same team, or is he going to shade it up again?
There might be one change. Maybe Aribo comes in if he's fit.
Do you see his unknown team impression?
I know, he is. Does alright. Yeah.
No, he does actually do alright.
But I think he might come in. I think Barker keeps his place.
Do you think Barker? I reckon he does an all, by the way.
I think it'll be probably the same team for either.
Aye, so I'm going 4 or 5 for me, Jack. I expect 4 or 5. It'd be
Aye,
nice.
4 or 5.
Be nice if Connor Golson get a overhead kick at that was young.
They're just coming off a win though, their first win of the season against Motherwell, so they'll be up for it.
They play the night, don't they? Europa League, Motherwell.
Nah, they do. Aye.
And Aberdeen as well. They play the night in Europa League.
Aye,
Let's hope both of they bastards get out and all.
Nah, I'd like to see it.
Speaking about going out, Jack, and wetting the bed, so to speak. Celtic last night, Champions League. I had no idea what was going on, and I flipped onto Sky Sports News. I was like, let's see if there's any transfer business going on.
But I forgot they were even playing. If I was in work last night, I'm like, I don't even know.
Well, what's that boy's name that does the commentary with fucking that other guy? What's his name? Is he ex-Celtic player?
Hartson?
No, not Hartson. The other cunt that does he's actual commentator at the Old Firm games.
Andy Walker?
Aye. Seen him with his puppy dog face on.
Oh, on Sky News?
Aye, on Sky News, because they get fucking... Obviously, they lost last night. And Neil Lennon, it sounds like the toys are at the pram here with the team and what's going on at Celtic. They've apparently got players who just want to leave the club. They seem like they just don't want to be there.
Aye, and I was reading into that about the day before coming on here, and it seems these players are going to be your Ryan Christie, Olivier Ncham, Odsonne Edouard maybe, because he wasn't featured in the team yesterday.
Was he not injured?
A lot of people are saying he wasn't even injured. It was just...
Can he be fucked? He wants to go?
It's literally, he's going to be leaving soon. I don't know if there's any truth in that. I've heard Aston Villa are in for him.
I've heard Villa are in for him, but let's be honest, see Odsonne Edouard. See that goal he scored into us in that Old Firm at Ibrox?
No, the 3-2 game.
Mate, that was a fucking...
He's a great player.
He is a great fucking forward.
He's a great player, and I think, personally, Celtic's whole team is average but before him. I think he's their only... sort of prized possession at the moment.
I would say he is. I would also say, as I said, the other players you've named there, Ryan Christie seems like somebody that just goes to Southampton or something.
Aye.
That just seems like a Southampton
maybe
team.
A Premier League.
Maybe a Championship team.
Soon.
You know what I mean?
Olivier Ncham, I don't know why he's on the bench. I don't watch Celtic every week, so I don't know that exactly. But he's not been playing really.
So it does seem like, I don't know whether that's a beef between him and Lennon.
So I don't know if there's unrest inside Celtic.
It seems like it is.
Or it's just a players kind of thing.
I know a lot of Celtic fans last night were all Lennon out, and a lot of them did question when Neil Lennon did actually get the permanent job. Like, why is he? You know
even I did myself. Like, surely coming from Brendan Rodgers to Neil Lennon is a huge step
especially
down.
Lennon when he was getting what?
I mean, he's failed at Bolton and Hibs.
At Hibs, aye.
So it's such a big season for both clubs.
Both clubs,
so
definitely.
Neil Lennon leading you into that, and the way they've started the season is really poor. Do I see that continuing? I don't know. Depends. I've signed David Turnbull today, but that seems like a signing that was just waiting to be announced. So paper over cracks.
I mean, I obviously did watch the highlights of the Dundee game as well. That Dundee keeper
I seen the second half of the game.
That keeper was saving Everton. He was unlucky.
He saved Everton, and then
that goal was unlucky. Obviously, the defenders were getting in the way in that. But
struggling to beat Dundee United away from home.
I know. That tells you, man.
That really, to me, was alarming. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Celtic this season?
Exactly, because I mean, as we've said before, even though as a Rangers fan you hate to hang me admit it, but under Brendan Rodgers they did seem ruthless. You know what I mean? They had that mentality.
Aye.
I don't know if you did.
The team is like streets ahead of where they are now though. Like, you look at that team for the first season when they went invincible and just beat everybody. Dembele, Sinclair, Kieran Tierney, all these players. Like, it's just the problem with Celtic. They don't replace them. They just sort of buy these players to make a profit, bring more money in, and then don't actually bring the same quality of player in. Like, the only player, Edward, I think El Yunusi's a decent player, but even the left back problem with Bolingoli out. Greg Taylor's their only recognised fullback right now. So, in my opinion, there's still a lot of work to be done. And it just feels approaching like September now.
No, it is, but it just feels like, for me, I mean, it just feels like they can't. I don't know. I don't want to say they can't. I just feel like they can't handle the pressure. Finally, this is your buzzer on the line here. You either win this. Everything that you've done is irrelevant if you don't win this title for them.
Nah.
You think about it going invincible,
because this is
3 trebles in or whatever in a row.
It's the biggest season. This is the biggest Celtic and Rangers history.
It's the biggest season in Scottish football, mate. We know that. But it's your balls. Your balls are on the line, and either, you know what I mean, you're going to keep them nice and smooth, or they're getting chopped off. That's the way it's going.
Exactly the way you go. Exactly. Celtic.
Don't even know who their next game is. I don't really care who their
They've
next
got
game is.
Motherwell at home.
Motherwell at home. I mean, come on, Celtic should be rattling them, really, to be honest with you.
But then this Celtic,
I know.
is it rattling MD?
No, I don't think it is.
Because if you've got Edward out injured again, like
how many years is that's what I'll say here is how many more seasons will that be? You know what I mean? That wee laddie at right back that they even talk about. You know what I mean?
Frimpong.
How many seasons is he actually realistically going to want to do at Celtic? It's the same problem that, you know what I mean, like we kind of with Kieran Tierney there as well. Like, realistically, was Kieran Tierney going to stay here and play his whole career out at Celtic? No, he wasn't, because he's a winning. He seems like a player that wants to win. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So I mean,
he's done everything he really could.
Exactly, he's done everything he could. You know what I mean? Like, how many times? Nobody wants to play Hamilton 4 times a season, or how many times you have to play them?
Obviously, these players are looking at coming up here.
You
making
come up
a good
here,
impression, and
exactly.
then going back down to England or that. So I think, and that's the problem that Scottish teams all face, like losing all these players that we've got up here, because they've got the money and the money talks.
No, it does. But as I'll say is, like, there's players, you do get the odd players, like, as I say, that when they had Patrick Roberts, that just looked like a perfect situation, because look, what has he done since then? He's on loan at Middlesbrough.
Is that where he is now?
He's on loan at Middlesbrough playing for Neil Warnock.
City signed him, what was that, 2016 or something like that? He's first, then loaned him straight out to Celtic for 3 seasons or something. And then he went out and loaned to Norwich. And
he went to Spain.
And everything. Like, I've never heard of Patrick Roberts again.
No, I've never heard of him.
And that'll probably be the way it is. He'll probably end up back at Celtic, no doubt.
But that's what I'm on about. There's players that are just perfect for the club and that should just be there. And you get somebody like Edward, who they brought in, and then I remember
Edward is it's like a luxury player
exactly.
for Celtic. It's the same with Moussa Dembele. It's the same way like an Alfredo Morelos or Ryan Kent for us. It's like these players you need to cherish while they're here, because they won't be here that long.
That's what I'm about 100%. But no, it's definitely. Well, we have a Europa League game coming up, don't we?
It'll be soon. I don't actually know when it is, but they'll be kicking off soon. We'll be going in for the same round as Celtic, I think, for the qualifiers. So there's that to look forward to again. One legs, so.
You did say an interesting word there, Jack. Kicking off. It's kicking off in Greece, mate. It's kicking off for one Harry Maguire. Who it is. First off, I'm going to say it. Why, with this whole COVID thing, right? Why are Premier League players not just staying in the country? He's
on holiday, aren't he?
They're all on holiday, right? So how do you expect an average bloke like myself or you to respect these lockdown rules and all this part of right? If fucking Harry Maguire, I know he's living a lifestyle that majority of people will never get to see, right? But if that cunt's going to like Greece or whatever, you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
You're
supposed to be role models. You're supposed to set example for people, even though you don't want to be a role model. That you're in the limelight. Your job is,
definitely.
You know what I mean? You're Manchester United's captain. You're in England international. You shouldn't be going to fucking Greece. You should be staying here. You know what I mean? The season's coming back like what, in 2 weeks. Why's he going out to Greece to party?
I know. Obviously, it's a tricky situation to talk about with all the COVID stuff going on and that, but footballers are obviously due they're resting their time off and
100%, but they're living in these big houses, mate. Come on to fuck, you're telling me you can't sit
how can they not just sit in their house for one summer, man. Or like sit in England or wherever, and he's got himself into bother, obviously, by going over there, so I get what you mean.
Do you know what's happening? Do you know what's actually going on with, like, he's...
Go tell me the story.
Well, I don't know. Well, just what's getting reported or whatever, apparently is 2 Albanian boys tried to fucking drug his sister or whatever. They tried to, they wanted to go to the hospital, they made a phone call to go to the hospital or whatever, they get took to the police station. Police officer has apparently kicked Harry Maguire on the back of the leg and said, your career's over. He's then said to them, do you know who I am? I play for Manchester United, I'm the captain, all that part of it, I'll give you money, don't do anything bad to me because I'm a you know what I mean? So, I don't know, it seems like a very, I don't think we're getting the full picture here. I'm feeling
he never really will, I don't think, but Man United are keeping him as captain anyway, and he's still in the England squad, so you wonder if it's that bad.
The first thing I could say there is, let's see if you're Harry Maguire, and he's obviously the situation of 2 boys trying to fucking hang with your sister. Obviously you're going to jump in and you're going to fucking want to protect your family, but I don't know, man.
He seems like a clown, honestly.
Especially when you're saying that kind of part of, I'll give you money like you're fucking, it's like GTA in a heist or something. I'll give you money, you know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Just seems a bit off to me, and fuck knows what will happen to him now.
I think it's just they're going to wait, and obviously he's been, 21 months or something he's been given or something. And he's got, I think it's pardon me. No, but he's 21 thing at 1 sentence or something, and he's trying to appeal it, which will take like 2 years or something. I won't go into the whole like fucking
the legal terms
because I don't know legal part of the piss. I'm just seeing what's getting reported, as you and me are both.
Aye.
But no, I just think it's a messed up thing. I think you can't, as I say, it's that whole thing when obviously everyday individuals and people who are professional athletes and get to live a completely and utterly different lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just respect how you'd expect us to respect these rules and no go out and have a drink and that when these guys are going to Greece and they're going to
and they're getting in fights and
they're posting them on Instagram, and I think the Premier League have told the players, look, go your holidays but don't post them. And now you wonder why like players like Pogba and all this are all testing positive for coronavirus because you're fucking idiots and you are going abroad. Stay in your own country. You know what I mean?
Especially in times like this.
Exactly.
I agree with that. Like they're in the main spotlight, so they should be the one setting examples for all of us. So I agree with that.
They definitely should, mate, and they can't deny it, man. Oh, but somebody who's I don't know, he's had enough, mate. Seems like Lionel Messi. It's an end of an era.
Nah, transfer news now.
Let's get on to this transfer news.
There's a lot of it. I don't know.
There's a lot of it, and Messi yet again. It's a tricky situation. Obviously, Barcelona have got themselves a new manager and good old Ronald.
No, Ronald Koeman. He seems to be having a clear out. He's getting rid of Rakitic, Suarez, maybe Piqué.
And apparently they're letting. It's nuts to let somebody like Luis Suarez leave for a free.
I know.
Because that is. Let's not forget how lethal Luis Suarez is. I know.
He's 34 now, but he was still scoring for Barcelona last season. Maybe not so prolific as he once was, but
it doesn't matter. But
surely you would still want to have Luis Suarez in about your team.
Like you got to remember, he's a different animal at Liverpool.
I might be biased, but
for you, I mean, as a Liverpool fan, the sadness you probably felt when he left, but to go to Barca.
Aye, just the same sort of sadness as like a Coutinho leaving. Like it's just these like big time players. Like they just do a lot for the team, man, and then you lose them. You look like, I hate Barcelona now, taking all these players off, man. And then I thought he was unbelievable at Liverpool and Barcelona.
He was I remember, you know what I mean, you're talking about Messi, Neymar and Suarez. It wasn't so long ago, that, you know what I mean?
That maybe even 5 years ago, that was...
That's nuts, man. That's nuts that was 5 years ago, or how long that was.
5 years ago, that's when they beat Juve in that final. That was the MSN one.
That's what I'm on about, like, to say that, we'll let Luis Suarez go on a free, and obviously Ajax are interested, but if I was Liverpool, I know there's been a lot of talk over the thing for Liverpool to look like it's sort of for that kind of backup striker, especially Luis Suarez.
I know, it'd just be the wage, but you look at Luis Suarez, he maybe sort of ruined that relationship with Liverpool with the defeat at Anfield, the corner taken quickly last season. Because he was throwing tantrums, he was diving, all that stuff you expect for Luis Suarez.
But you expect that in that kind of game.
He sort of, I think he ruined a bit of that reputation slightly, but I'd still have him back in a heartbeat. As a secondary striker or a starter, he's probably as good as you could find on the market for free right now.
And then you look at the other players as well, mate. Like I can't, like Rakitic and players like that. Who I wouldn't say that they're.
I wouldn't say they're finished.
No, I wouldn't say they're finished, but to let them. Well, I think it is time for players like. You know what I mean?
Piqué's been there for hours like a wee guy.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Piqué, Busquets. Like, I remember when they were playing in the Barcelona team that was like Barcelona,
the most elite team ever.
Exactly. So like, for me, I think it is time those players leave, and I do believe it is time that Lionel Messi moves on.
Try something else.
I mean, he's on a ridiculous amount of wage. I think he gets $1 million a week.
Well, you think about the wages, the sponsorships, every sort of thing Lionel Messi's got going on, and the income he's getting. Is he really bothered about the money he's getting, or is he bothered about getting away from Barcelona and trying something else?
Is it a tactic, mate, to get
the guy sacked and
to change the board?
I read about that.
Did you to get the board out, and he's thought, you know what, this is the only way it's going to do it. I'm going to say I'm gone, I'm done, I'll factory it. I don't know. I don't think I couldn't see Ronald Koeman. I mean, that guy went for what, man? He couldn't even do anything.
I mean, he's looking at Michael Keane to come in and replace Gerard Piqué.
No chance.
I've seen this rumoured.
What about Wijnaldum? I've seen
Wijnaldum as well is also heavily rumoured with it. So really. Like,
It's
it's
weird.
a bit. I'm like, surely Barcelona. I've thought Barcelona signings for like, a few years have been like
Extremely
ludicrous.
weird,
Like,
man.
who have they signed? Andre
Griezmann.
Gomez, Griezmann's a good player, but he's not really done anything
Well,
at
he's been
Barcelona.
played out of position. He's been put on
Left
the wing.
wing.
He's not really a winger. He's more a central striker, and that's what has been said, that him and Frankie de Jong will be played in their natural positions going forward. But Messi, I mean, there's only really a handful of clubs that can go in for him. Obviously, Manchester City,
they're leading the race now anyway. I think
Paris Saint-Germain. Could he go to? Could he go? Maybe I don't see him going to Dubai. I know they're throwing that out there. He's not going to Dubai.
Nah,
Messi is the best player in the world. Why is he going to go to Dubai?
I think it'll be reunited with Pep. To be honest with you,
I hope it does, because I want to see Messi in the Premier League. I want to see him. I know people are saying
it's going to be so wrong. No, at the same time, I'm like,
man, 2 decades
I've literally,
at Barca.
I've literally grown up with you in a Barcelona shirt all my life, and now you're going to play for Man City, who weren't even like good when I was a kid.
Exactly. No.
So I'm like, what?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I know people are saying, well, if he comes to the Premier League, he's just going to get kicked about.
But then he's performed in Europe against all these teams before. But can he do it against like your Sheffield United away?
Exactly.
Obviously, we're actually questioning Messi here, but
maybe
we've not seen it.
No,
so
we haven't seen it, and I know a lot of people are questioning Messi, saying, he's past it. He's not past it. Trust me. See that goal that he scored into, who was it, Napoli? I think it was it Napoli, or it was Napoli.
Just recently.
Recently in the Champions League,
he done it all himself.
He done it all himself. I'm like, don't ever disrespect that man, because honestly, same with him and Cristiano. But I think I would like to see Messi come here, challenge himself, and link up with Marcelo Bielsa at Leeds United.
I thought the perfect scenario would have been him going to Juventus and finally seeing Ronaldo and Messi playing together.
You can only dream of that.
Like that was what I was having dreams about. But looks like it's Man City. I think it might be weeks before. I'm just going to
put a different scenario in your head. I'm thinking about it a lot. Kevin De Bruyne and Messi in the same team together.
Kevin De Bruyne, Messi,
Aguero.
Sterling, Aguero.
That's nuts.
Bernardo Silva.
Exactly.
What else do you need to do?
Don't forget Phil Foden.
Phil Foden is better than Messi, apparently.
Well, I know. He's so good. He's such a good player. But I just think it's crazy, man, that Messi leaving Barcelona, man. Like that's nuts.
Like, we were thinking it's pandemic and everything's happening. There's not going to really be a big window this summer, but Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
It's been a fucking big window, innit?
But let's we need to talk about that Champions League as well, Jack, because obviously that's the reason Messi could be leaving Barcelona as well, because
still fresh in the mind, I guess.
It's still fresh in the mind, but that's something that Messi may want to go and win with Manchester City, who did obviously they did go out, not when they expected to go out, but Bayern Munich, PSG, we both made our predictions and both got our predictions.
I didn't see it going any other way, but it could have. Like PSG,
should have.
They just missed too many chances. Like there's this. You've obviously watched the game and seen it. The cut back to Mbappe and he just passes it. Just passes it straight into Neuer's hands. I'm like, surely it's not going to be their night now.
I'll say it right now. I thought the Europa League final was better than the Champions League final.
The Europa League final, what a game
of football that was, man. It was such end to end, and you had that sort of competitive edge in terms of players just like fucking kicking lumps out each other. I'm heartbreaking. For Lukaku, your heart breaks for him also, because it gets the penalty and then
so early on as well.
I know, but that's what I'm on about.
It can change in an instant.
Exactly, it may change off the park, but obviously the big money and wages but that kind of thing, that is football. You know what I mean? Where what happened in that game, obviously, where he goes down for the penalty and then the boy scores that overhead there.
But in Sevilla, they just find a way to win, don't they? Like, going for the start of the season, I wouldn't have really picked Sevilla to win it.
No.
But
picked the Rangers, mate.
Of course, but what is that, 6 and 10 years they've won now or something like that? They've won some amount anyway, so fair play.
But back to we're talking about the Champions League final, of course, but it was it
was just another anticlimax game.
Man,
you're expecting all these goals and attack football, but it was just.
And then they just both shat it. I thought, I was like, come on, play the football that we've.
We know
Paris
you can play.
Paris made some. They had opportunities and they should have took them, but they didn't. I just think the writing was on the wall. Bayern had just played too well not to win that tournament, didn't they?
Nah, it was just literally their name was already on the trophy. To say it was going to happen, so.
But it was interesting after the game, because usually when you see the players that lose it, like, are the big players like Mbappe or like a Neymar or a Messi and Ronaldo, when they lose it, they straight away take that silver medal off. I don't want that. I want the trophy. I seen Mbappe wait around his neck, man, and I'm like, brother, take that off. You're not.
Aye, did you also see after the game had finished, like Neymar's gutted, all the PSG players are gutted and all that. Some of the Bayern players are probably so like,
I condone them.
aye. So, but then Mbappe's just sort of running about having a laugh with the Bayern players. He's just like, so I'm like, what does that actually mean to you? Like, I think you've just lost a Champions League final and you're running about with the team that just beat you.
I don't want to say we've given Mbappe all this credit too early or anything like that, right? Obviously, winning the World Cup, I can't even remember what is it like.
No, well, he won it.
He's won it before
he's 20 or something.
He's won it before he was 21, right? That's obviously Pele's like the only player I think to do that or whatever. I just think I don't want him to get caught up in the whole fucking, you know what I mean, limelight and all that, like, part of like when, you know what I mean, you want him to be on that level, you want him to be that next star like Messi, Ronaldo, but I don't think you can compare. You can't compare it they two to like Ronaldo or Messi, because for me, Ronaldo and Messi will never see anybody like they two ever again, man.
It's just, I know, it's we've grew up and so blessed to grow up in this generation. We've got both of them playing, and I know
you know what I mean.
It beats me. I can't see that player like I'm going to look at him like I would look at Messi or Ronaldo.
It's just
obviously
Mbappe
is like the one that's been tipped to be
the next kind of guy, but that's what I'm on about. It's like it's the same way Felix at Atletico. Don't give them it too early, man.
Aye, because like they're as young as us. They're
exactly
19, 20-year-old, and they're getting all this pressure put on them. Like, oh, you're going to be the next.
You're this guy. You're the next Messi. You're the next this and that.
So I understand that. Aye.
The social media aspect to it as well. That's what I'm on about. Like, Ronaldo didn't have that when he was at Man United. You know what I mean? Ronaldo had a fucking team around him that were winners, that were hard workers. You know what I mean? They did the dirty side of it so he could do the beautiful, majestic stuff.
And of course, they had that manager.
Exactly, they had the greatest coach in some people's eyes. But I was just a bit disappointed with the final, and I
was myself. I know. I was expecting goals. To only get one seems a bit.
It seems a bit.
Like,
you must have been spying on Thiago, so Liverpool linked to him. He's a player you've got to sign.
As well, didn't he?
I think so. He's a player you've got to sign, Jack. You've won the league. You've won Everton. How do you not have the money to sign this boy?
It's going to happen.
Especially if Wijnaldum goes to Barca. I would do that deal. Let him go to Barca.
If Wijnaldum leaves, it frees up the space. Aye. But even if not, I'd still take him. I think he would change that midfield up, man, for Liverpool. It's really what they've been needing for a while, I think. I would love to see it happen for the 30 million. You're thinking like a Champions League winner.
Yeah, exactly. A baller.
Has to happen, in my opinion.
But speaking of, I think his cousin actually.
His cousin?
He's related to fucking.
Thiago is?
Thiago's related to fucking the boy that's just signed for Leeds United.
What, Rodrigo?
Rodrigo, aye, and he's related to fucking
Rafinha, I know, isn't he?
Aye. Rafinha, they're all cousins or whatever.
Are they really?
Aye.
I know Rafinha, but I don't know.
Aye, so your man he's got himself a striker. Patrick Bamford, my man, has got somebody who's going to be playing up top with him. Who is, it was a deal that just, it seems like Leeds United were like, nah, fuck this, we're not fucking about. We're flow out.
I know, what the fuck, Leeds, 30 million, just, there you go, for a striker. That's mad, isn't it?
Who was supposed to sign for Atletico Madrid last summer, apparently, and the deal didn't go through because they couldn't get rid of Correa. AC Milan, they weren't giving him enough money, and I think he was linked with Barcelona as well, but
he finds himself at Leeds.
He finds himself at Leeds United with Marcelo Bielsa, and he's a player that Marcelo Bielsa wants. He's a player that can play in several positions, out in the wings, just behind the striker, and as an up-fronter. I'm excited about him. You think about what Leeds United have gone through, you know what I mean, and to make the kind of signings are linked with, obviously the boy Lazio, forgot the boy's name, what's his...
Luis Felipe.
Luis Felipe, I'm no good with
that's another 30
30
million
I get
centre-back.
100 million or something for going up or whatever, but...
They're just fucking letting it go everywhere.
Exactly, because, I mean, you can't get the Ben White deal, it looks like it's off, it's done, it's a shame.
But I think that's sort of... we say every week on here that we think it's going to happen eventually, but it seems like that one's kind of ran its race.
It's ran its course.
Because Brighton will be wanting to keep a hold of him.
Oh well, it seems like that. It seems like that. Brighton are cunts. That's what I'll say. And I look forward to battering they bastards. I'll tell you that much. That was my first Leeds game. That was penalty. I think it was a header he scored. Place when
Nah,
fucking...
back in his glory days at Leeds, eh?
Aye, and then he went to Burnley, didn't he, like every other cunt. Linked me Lewis Cook as well for Bournemouth, which who would be... It's an ex-player coming back. He's a really exciting midfielder as well, so I definitely would take him. Obviously, I think they're out looking at an ex-Liverpool player that plays with Sporting Lisbon's a centre...
Lisbon?
Aye, he's a centre-half. He played at Sunderland, I know.
Oh, is it Coates?
Aye, or something like that. Apparently they're looking at him or something, I don't know. There's a boy for Germany, forgot his name. But aye, there's Leeds look like they're doing business. They're not doing a Norwich. They're not going to keep the same sort of.
Norwich didn't improve enough.
They didn't improve anyone. They came up. They stuck with the same team and didn't get anywhere. They got back to the Championship. So
they get like 18 points the full season or something
Something
like
like
that. Shocking.
yeah, aye, mate.
But Leeds seem to mean business. So,
No, they seem to mean business, and that's the main thing. But Bielsa's going for players that can play more than one position. That's what I'll say anyway.
and then obviously you're going to need all these 30 million signings to come up to Anfield, and cause are you going to get pumped?
Oh well,
you know what I mean?
no. Listen, look, that's no. Listen, it's not going to be a straightforward pumping. You get beat. You drew with fucking who was it?
Aye, Salzburg.
Aye,
Ryan
Salzburg.
Brewster comes on, scores a double.
A very good player. Santan's another pal. Dave seems to have pals that are all just footballers. You know what I mean? Aribo.
He's got his connections.
Aye.
But we've got the Community Shield on Saturday as well. Arsenal, so I don't know. Liverpool seem to have took their foot off the gas even since they just wrapped up the Prem last season. It just seem.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's going to be difficult.
It might come back to bite them with this just keeping the same team going all the time. We know sort of players coming through. I think Jurgen Klopp's relying on Ryan Brewster, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and Nico Williams. All these kind of youngsters to come up and sort of make their way into the team instead of actually going out and purchasing.
Unlike the other side of Merseyside, who seem to be looking at
big player.
Big player.
Like,
indeed.
If you look back 5 years ago and this guy was apparently going to sign for Everton, you'd be like, what the fuck? What's happening in the world?
James Rodriguez, who's getting shout-outs by porn stars for his birthday, but we won't go into that. Mate, I remember when that World Cup, big goals.
Everybody has to remember.
You know what I mean? That's when I think about him. I think about that World Cup.
I think that's the only thing you can
really say.
Because he's not done much, has he?
He's done. That's what I'm on. But another one of those young players that fell into the trap of just getting big wages and just doing nothing, man.
And then he went out and loaned to Bayern and that.
But Ancelotti again, who seems to not lose faith in him. He seems to trust him and want to bring him in. Obviously, he's looking at the boy that had at Napoli as well. What's it, Alan, the Brazilian boy?
Alan's heavily rumoured, and Doucouré for Watford as well.
So that seems like an alright midfield for them, to be honest.
It's the same story. They can go and spend 150 million or whatever they're going to spend. At the end of the day, are they actually going to win it?
No.
Because they do this time and time again. They spent 50 on Richarlison, who is linked now with Barcelona as well, I forgot to add. But why are they going to keep investing this kind of money?
That's what I say. They seem to try to be building and make themselves, back into it.
They want to be as big as Liverpool. It's never going to happen. But like you realistically think Everton should be like up there in your cup finals.
How can they been up there a couple of seasons ago with fucking Hingley that manages Belgium now? What's his name? Martinez.
Aye.
It's like they were up there. You know what I mean?
They were always a team that was in between.
They were mid-table at best. You know what I mean? And I think they've just fallen low a bit with Carlo Ancelotti. I just think it's another job for Ancelotti and it's another paycheck for him. I don't know. I don't see him winning the league or anything like that. I just think Everton are just going to be Europa League, if anything.
If they need to aim for Europa League this year because they can't spend this amount of money and get no reward for it. Because they've signed Moise Kean for Juventus last summer. He's like 19 and all, but it's another 30 odd million on a youngster and he's not done anything. He scored one goal.
That's nuts. But speaking of another team that are looking to sort of make an impact in the transfer market, I wouldn't say it's an impact, but Wolves looking to sign apparently Arsenal's Mason.
Maitland-Niles.
Aye. And
Seen
Matt
about
Doherty,
that
or whatever his name is, going to Spurs.
Aye, I've seen that. That's nearly a done deal.
I think both deals are sort of done. It's just
I think Serge Aurier's on his way out to Spurs, so then that frees up the right back position. Because Kyle Walker
good player, I would say. Well. I'd say all two of them are good players.
Aye, I think he's a good player, that Doherty. Is he good enough for Spurs? I would say so. I would say he's a good enough right back. I think that could be a good signing for Spurs.
I think it's a positive signing. Listen, look, they've got to go Kieran Trippier, obviously Atletico, which if I was Spurs, I'd go, I take him. Just take him.
Didn't really rate him that highly myself.
And I don't think they've really found a replacement for Kyle Walker if he left for City, really. So.
No, because I think that was caught out of the blue. I didn't see City signing him just as easily as they did for Spurs, and then to not really have a replacement, they've obviously brought in Sergio Aurier and that, but he's not really done much. So they need that. They need that right back that's going to stay in the team for a good few years and make that position his own, because there's just too many times where Sergio Aurier was getting sent off and injured.
He's not really that good, mate.
He's not really.
No,
he's not.
PSG were looking to offload him.
He's not a replacement for Kyle Walker.
But obviously, saying we're going to Wolves, I think that's it. He was complaining about having enough game time at Arsenal.
He's obviously a youngster. I think it's still big money. I think he's going for about 25 million or something like that. But he's a versatile player. He can play anywhere, really.
No, definitely.
So I think that could be a good signing for Wolves.
Another Arsenal, sort of youngster, if you want to call him that, Rob Holding, like loan to Newcastle United. I think for him that could be good experience, getting out there and playing sort of.
I'm surprised Arsenal don't want to keep Holding.
Well, they've got fucking that Gabriel, whatever his name is, coming in, haven't they?
No, man.
Gabriel, and then they've got that boy that came back on loan.
So they do actually for Saliba,
so they've got themselves two solid centre.
And whatever else is
maybe,
there.
Maybe if
I still rate Rob Holding as one of the better defenders.
No, I would, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe they want him to be a bit more seasonal, a bit more experienced.
Go out for a season, get a full season
in you, without injuries, and let's see what you can do.
I can see that. But I thought he was a decent defender. Hopefully, if he does go, he stays injury free.
Jack. Let's not avoid it now. We have to talk about money, which is Chelsea, which seemed like they're playing a FIFA mode.
One season off for buying MD, and then just what the fuck is happening? I thought they were actually going to bleed some youth into their team.
No,
they did, but they did that only last season because they had to.
But I expect Tammy and Mason Mount to be given a shot still. Mason Mount, I think Lampard has more of an affinity with him. I don't know. I think he'll definitely be a starter. But Thiago Silva, he's linked.
He's had his medical. I've seen
that boy they signed today on a 5-year deal. He's gone out on a loan. I forgot his name.
It's Malia Sarr, French centre back for Nice. Free transfer. That's a good
bit of business, isn't it?
And Thiago Silva also on a free is a good bit of business.
No, that is two centre backs on a free.
And then the two big money ones. Obviously, Chilwell confirmed.
Ben White, not Ben White. Yeah, my what's his name?
But you're Ben White in the head.
Mate, I'm off because he's such a good player, and you will see one day. I'm telling you right now, when Liverpool or something signs him, mate, he's honestly a baller.
Don't worry, I'm waiting to see this day where Ben White surprises me.
Obviously, boy for Leicester.
Chilwell.
Which 50 million. I don't rate him for 50 million. That's that English thing, innit? You know what I mean? Because he's English. Like you look at Doherty that's going to
Spurs because he's Irish and that.
Because he's Irish, so his value. That's what I'm wondering.
It's the English royalty.
I think it's a good bit of business for Leicester yet again. Like the Harry Maguire one was a good bit of business.
Getting a lot of money in, I know.
It's a chance for them yet again to rebuild the team. I think they're going to go in for that boy for Ajax.
Tagliafico. Because Chelsea were also.
And he's cheaper, 30 million apparently.
That could be a great signing.
And the boy for Bayer Leverkusen, what's his name?
Havertz. So all just about done. It's just because it's such a big fee. I think it's about 80 plus.
80 plus.
Whatever add-ons.
It's big money. It's big money, folks. It's career mode.
That money will probably be done by next week.
Then it's only. I'm sorry, they have to go into him. I don't see him playing anywhere for any other team. I think they have to go in for Yannick Oblak. It's time, man. He's like 28 or something. It's time to go to a club and win trophies, man.
But can they stay within this financial fair play by doing that? Because he's not going to be a cheap keeper.
No, he's definitely not going to be. He's not going to be cheap as chips, Jack, like some of these signings.
Because, I mean, like, if you look at that, they've signed Timo Werner for 70, Chilwell for 50, Havertz for about 100, and then...
That's mate. He's got that money secured up, you know what I mean?
And then the rest of their signings have been free.
Dodgy deals, my friend. Dodgy deals, indeed.
He's been sitting there desperately sweating to spend all this money.
I don't even know who the woman is that they've got in that's doing business.
I've
Man United need to fucking be signing her because I can't believe they didn't sign that. Like, I know it could still happen, but I don't think it's going to happen now. I don't think it is. I feel, man, how the fuck can Manchester United no sign Jadon Sancho? Like?
I know. still, as you say, it could happen. I said maybe first or second podcast, I think it'll be one that just runs all the way through the window, maybe even to the final day. Then it's just one that gets done.
Mate. It could be one of them, but I just think he posted a video today, Sancho and the Borussia Dortmund sort of account, and he was just, you know what I mean, he was dancing about, he was having a good time, and it seems like he's in such a positive camp. That Dortmund camp seems like a positive camp, so I can't see him going to Man United. I think it's off. I think it's done.
Nah, well, we'll need to wait and see. Obviously, big money again.
Money.
I really wonder if Man United will get anybody else in at all, because
they'll sign some youngster like Harry Brooksfield at Bournemouth or something.
I seen they were linked with him.
They were linked with him, but I don't know. It's weird times. Obviously, because Chelsea seem to be treating this window like a career mode.
I mean, you look at everybody else in around the top four. You get Spurs who are making signing or two. They signed Højbjerg as
City
well.
only done.
Southampton. City are literally signed with fucking linked with Messi. Chelsea are signing every cunt on the fucking planet. Man United are sitting about fucking playing their penis. Liverpool are just reluctant to spend any money, and then Leicester have just get another good bit of money in and looking to.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think for Leicester's sake, that's a great deal. 50 million for any player. What they get, that Harry Maguire transfer is disgusting. I don't know. It's not talked about enough for me. Like, it's disgusting that they, you know what I mean, that he went for that much, and that's what I'm saying with the whole
80 million, really.
80 million for Harry, but he wasn't worth that for me. Like, he's worth like 30 odd thing. You're telling me he's worth more than Virgil van Dijk?
I know, it's because with transfer fees now, you need to look into all these sort of.
No, you do.
You need to look into all these things like, oh, he's an England player, he's a Man United captain.
But it's that English value, isn't it?
And it's the English value.
You know what I mean?
So
speaking of England, I don't know about you, but I think I know you're not a great international follower, Jack, unless it's the tournaments.
Nah, fuck that shit, man. Honestly, international breaks are like fucking depression.
No, yeah, well, do you know what's depression? Having to play fucking Hamilton at 5:30 on a Saturday, that's depression, mate. But I don't have the England team in front of me. I know the controversy is that Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is not in it. Do you know why he's not in it? Because he sits in his arse. What is his stats this season? You know what I mean? He's the most.
He's got a lot of assists.
No, I'm not saying he's not a good footballer, right? But see, when he spends less time on his arse on a football park, you know what I mean? And he's doing a lot more, then I'll fucking. I don't know.
You'll pay attention.
You'll pay attention. You'd put him in. I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of players that are in that England team for me that I don't know why they're there. Why is Eric Dyer in there? Why is fucking
Eric Dyer's one? He's fucking dreadful as a footballer. I don't rate him at all.
Mate, his career highlights are losing the Carabao fucking Cup to City and losing a Champions League final
and scoring against Russia in the Euros in 2016. Like, he is a fucking shocking player, man.
Why is Trippier or why is he even in and about that squad? They've got 3 right backs, no left backs in the England team. I know.
Is Chilwell not in it?
No, he's not in it.
He's not in the team.
He's not in it. I don't know if it's because I think he's going to play 3 at the back. That's why.
Because he usually plays Kyle Walker and that.
Sort of thing. I think Tyrone Mings is going to be the left sort of hanging centre half. I know Calvin Phillips is getting a whole lot of. He played in the Championship. He's never played.
I know,
Premier
but then it brings it back to when Southgate, he was like, I'm not going to call up Grealish right now because he's not playing in the Premier League.
Exactly.
But then Calvin Phillips, who's not actually played a game in the Premier League at all, was getting a call up.
Well, let me tell you why he's getting a call up, Jack. Do you know why? Because he's a fucking baller, right? This guy is the Yorkshire Pirlo.
Again,
and I will say it, when he plays that ball over the Liverpool defence into Patrick Bamford's feet, and it goes BAM! And it's 1-0.
What, right in the Alisson Sand, you mean?
No, fuck off. Mate, I'm telling you right now, you're in for an upset in that game. Every cunt seems to think you are going to steamroll us. We are going to go there.
This is just going to be build up
for the next couple of weeks. Let me tell you something, it will be build up. Also, we'll, in the next couple of weeks, be doing our predictions of who we think is going to get relegated and that. But the England team, for me, attacking wise, I'm happy Danny Ings is in there.
Nah, he deserves it.
A guy that deserves it, man. He's been through enough, man.
What a great goal scorer, man.
Bradford lad representing is Mason Greenwood. Representing the Bradford lads. Respect, brother. Respect.
Mason Greenwood, another youngster.
Phil Foden as well, another youngster.
They've got a great young team.
They have, man. They have.
But they just need to get rid of the dead weight as your
Eric
Dyers
and all them. They're done, man. They're done. Scotland as well, who I thought have picked a positive lineup. I think Scotland could do with maybe some of the English strikers pretending they're Scottish and coming and playing. Like if Danny Ings just went, I'm Scottish now. Mate, you'd be a baller up here.
I know. I agree with that, because I think it's just, you look at the Scotland squad and you're just like,
that midfield, but let's not disrespect the Scottish
the
midfield.
midfield,
Like John McGinn and players like that, you know what I mean?
Like, I agree with players like that. We've got a couple of exciting players, but I'm just looking at this attack and I'm like, doesn't excite me at all.
No.
Lyndon Dykes, Ollie McBurney.
Aye, I know. I thought he was Australian.
Aye, so did I, but apparently Scotland's his nation now.
The problem as well with Scotland is we've got probably two of the best left backs in the world.
That's just such a problem, I know.
And Tierney. Why you can't play for me? Are you going to play Kieran Tierney centre back?
Nah, I know, it's just.
With Liam Cooper. I know Liam Cooper gets stick for the Scotland fans, right? But he goes from Marcelo Bielsa to Baldy Wank Steve Clark, right? That's not even comparison. And he puts the captain's armband on him, right? I don't know. You can't compare the two managers. I think it's a positive squad for Scotland, but I don't know. It's, as you say, Jack, the attack, man. Like,
it's just, it doesn't really.
Oh, we've got the Scottish Messi playing as well. What's his name? But I think he went to Celtic on loan.
Oh, Oliver Burke.
Aye, he's in the team.
Like, he's just players.
What the
like
fuck
that.
has he done? You know what I mean? Oh well, he's a Scottish Messi apparently.
Nah, it doesn't. It's nice. It's nice to see Ryan Jack, Robin McCrory, John McLaughlin in there, but I would rather no Rangers players were in the team personally. I don't care about Scotland.
I'm the same, mate. I'm the same with you. I know you don't care about Scotland, right? Obviously I like watching international football.
I hate it.
I know you hate it.
Apart from a
we have
tournament,
this discussion all the time, right? Apart from international tournaments and that, right? I'm the privilege that I'm half and half, right? I'm half Scottish, half English, right? So for me, I enjoy watching both teams, right? I just think Scotland needs a proper up-fronter, you know what I mean? Instead of relying on players like, I remember when we were relying on like Sean Maloney and
Chris Martin and
all these fucking nobodies, man.
Nah, it doesn't make me care about it any more than I did before that. So
no, exactly. And English sort of team, I mean, there's too many good players, you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Bit of interference in the background.
Of course, we're in a car park, folks. We won't lie to you. But that's what you do when you want to talk about football, guys. You know what I mean? You don't hide away from the fact that you're passionate about football, like us two young gentlemen now. Passionate about our team, passionate about Glasgow Rangers, obviously, and we're passionate about just football, mate. I guess. Is there anything else you want to talk about, mate?
We covered everything this week.
Aye, we have. Aye.
So you've got
it's not a fucking chore, mate. Aye, we have.
You've got your Rangers.
We have.
Looking good. Hopefully continue it. We'll see what happens with the transfers. We'll see what happens with Celtic now, because that's obviously going to be a big talking point for the next episode.
No, it definitely is. It's going to be massive, man.
We'll see where we go from there. Hopefully another positive result for Rangers, and then we're happy on here.
Well, no, I think we will be happy, mate. It's just before we wrap this up here, Jack, mate. I am definitely going to get you to watch an international game that's not in a tournament. Like, you're going to enjoy. You're hatred for it, man.
Do you know what? I will do it.
You'll do it, aye.
And we'll talk about it on here, because I really want to see a game where I'm interested.
But that's what I'm on about. International football's no longer like the friendlies. No, I was the same. Like when you go, oh, it's England versus like Pakistan in a friendly, right? You're like, who wants to watch that? I want to watch my team play. No fucking, you know what I mean? Now it's the Nations League and all that part of it. It's still bullshit. Obviously, we only care about the tournaments.
Aye.
Yeah, so, but if I was to get an early prediction for you, who are you going for, like the sort of European Championship sort of thing?
What, for the 2021 tournament?
Aye, or whatever, aye.
There's so many players coming through now.
I know, mate.
I honestly, I couldn't pick one right now. You'd need to come back to me like next summer.
I'll tell you what, I will do that next summer. See, next summer when we do the podcast, we come back to it. That's when we'll do that. So, Jack, been a pleasure yet again. We've rambled on. And
we've talked shit. We've fucking covered stuff. We've talked about it.
We've talked about
That's
it.
about it. That's
and
about
we appreciate it, as we always say, Jack. We appreciate it.
Aye, cheers for 1, 2, 3, 4 and however many listeners.
Exactly, man. And
it really means a lot.
Make sure to give our Instagram page a wee follow as well, Jack.
Aye,
wee plug.
Of course, the Instagram page is at Every Other Sat Pod. That's where we'll be posting the links for the new episodes.
New links for new episodes.
And just everything you can find to be going on with the podcast. It's going to be on that. So,
Jack, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. I'll catch you.
Meatballs! Oh, it's no podcast.